Wanderer, The Ultimate Hippie Trail Journey. It's a great read. I have a ball reading it, and I think you will too. And we think it's going to make a very fine week by week series, if you will. TV, movies. Let's make it happen. Join us. Welcome to week 41 of the 50-year commemoration of a time when I wandered the world for a whole year. And here we are in Kathmandu, Nepal. Look at it. It's a valley set in the beginnings of the mountains, not far from the ultimate highest section of the Himalayas and within reach of Shashapangma and the other great mountains. Everest has another name, Sagarmatha. And we are going to have a good time spending another week in Kathmandu. So come and join us. Let's deal with the particulars. Let's take a look at Kathmandu. This is the top of the Monkey Temple. Looking at it from a distance with the full moon behind it. Some of the neat buildings in Kathmandu. Temples all bound and all around. According to Google Maps, some quick facts. Kathmandu, Nepal's capital, is set in a valley surrounded by the Himalayan mountains. At the heart of the old city's maze-like alleys is Durbar Square, which becomes frenetic during Indra Jatra, a religious festival featuring masked dancers. Many of the city's historic sites were damaged or destroyed by a 2015 earthquake. Durbar Square's palace, Hanuman Doka, and Kathmandu, a wooden Hindu temple, are being rebuilt. Kathmandu is coming back to what it was 50 years ago. Pretty sad. I finish a letter home and tell my family, things are so beautiful here. This place is so very primitive. Soon I will be heading out for my slow journey back west that will eventually lead me back to my home. That should be a real mind blower, at least for a while. I've been hit with so many impressions and learned so much in these months of travel that it's almost impossible to keep communicating. Yet I can't scratch the surface of the world with these letters. July 1971, Saturday, 2 a.m. on Speed and Stoned. I refer to the journal, but that's because I've been stoned like shit-eating, grooving, going to Swambhu, the Monkey Temple, and just living the life of a hippie in Kathmandu. It's been very homey, and I've really enjoyed myself. The temple sits on top of a hill, and that overlooks the city, and it's quite a view of Kathmandu and the rest of the valley. The valley has a ring of high mountains around it, although our view of the distant higher mountains has remained blocked by the cloud cover. I'm hoping for a clearing to see some of the big boys. Mount Everest is not too far away. If it weren't for the rainy season, I might walk up there. Why not? This place is so beautiful, no matter what season, I am sure. The view of the city, because Swambhu's up on a hill. Lovely eyes of Buddha. Another view of the beautiful eyes overlooking the valley. Buddha. A view of the city with lights in the night. One of our monkey friends. A couple hanging out. Steps leading way up to the top with the stupa lies. 16 July 1971, Dick and I make our way to Dhulikhel. We heard about this town from some of the local hippies. It's supposed to be a cool place to check out the mountains. So we get on a bus, and as I get on, I take a nice window seat, and I'm enjoying myself, nobody next to me. But as the bus starts to fill up with local people, it's only about 15, 20 minutes away, a guy gets on, local guy, with a goat. I'm like, what the heck, a goat on a bus? And he comes and he sits right next to me with the goat between my knees and the seat in front of me. My head's out the window, but I'm sneezing and wheezing all the way to Dhulikhel because goats and I don't really get along, although I really love them. July 1971, Dick and I go up to the little town called Dhulikhel, and we take a room for the night. We wake up at 5 a.m. to watch a cloud-shrouded valley. The clouds hang like cotton in the valleys. There's no visible sunrise today, but just watching the cloud action in this incredible panorama is enough. We sit on an old outhouse, then on a bluff, and then they open up. The clouds open, and we can see the beautiful clouds as they approach, and the mountain peaks peek out. And we laugh with astonishment at the incredible height of them. About 11 a.m., Don, the Canadian who we met where the Dalai Lama lives, turns up in Dhulikhel with a nice little Chinese girl, American of course, named Paula. And we go on blowing a few chillums and some joints to follow. We had a beautiful room in this country inn type place that had totally oriental beds placed on the floor with low lights and straw mats. We had a groovy time in the hot sun during the day, and I got quite burnt, but not painfully. The mountains. I must see the real big boys someday. Perhaps a trip to the Tibetan border. I've been really stoned lately, but I've only got 5 more days of my extended visa here in Nepal. I don't want to leave here. I don't know where to go. Sometimes I consider going around the world for an extended completion trip. So perhaps Bangkok by plane and a bit of a haircut to get into Thailand. Then there is just continue my assumed back west plan by either doing some India on the way out or steaming to northern Afghanistan, which I missed on the way east. I got into speed socially. This place is mad. There's so many freaks that I'm hanging out, and there's all these people. The prescription drugs are all open to purchase in the pharmacy without a prescription. So I go in with the guys and cop some methadone tablets. What a place. More mental experimentation. My head is really into much, but I'm having a bit of trouble focusing on writing in my journal here. Yet I'm sure that the reflection of this experience is there. The land is so far out and beautiful, but filthy. The streets are filled with feces, from human to animal. The cows are really a trip, intercourse and social juxtaposing on the corner. It's so far out that I can go anywhere I want. Is it freedom? How about peace of mind? Perhaps those are just value judgments. The streets are dirt here, and they're dirty. What I mean by that is the little kids don't seem to wear diapers. They walk around with pants that have a split on the rear end between the buttocks so that when they want to go to the bathroom, they just bend down and crap on the streets. Oh, it's kind of disgusting. Pigs eat it. Well, I'm getting along, but it's a little rough here. But I am loving Kathmandu. The scene is very cool, besides a little stinky. Next week is week 42, the 3rd full week in Kathmandu, Nepal, which includes a return visit to Dhulikhel and a bit of an acid trip and some adventures socialing around with the hippies from all over the world. We'll continue on, And it ends by my English buddies saying goodbye to me. I'm on my own again, this time in Nepal and on my way to India. See you then. The Wander is a great read. It uses something we call the active voice. It's a hell of a lot of fun. You feel like you're right there experiencing it with our wanderer. And follow our route of the journey on our website at wandererbook.com. I'm out walking the winding streets of Kathmandu by myself once again today. The pockets of hippie freak scenes around here just blows my mind. I can't get used to it. It's too much. Surreal. I suppose if I lived here all the time, I'd get used to it, but as a visitor, it is hard to grasp the reality of this place. All these crazy, outlandish freedoms that Western types enjoy here are conversely nestled into the dichotomy of a culture of sweet, gentle Nepalese natives practicing their own brand of hybrid Buddhist Hinduism. It seems as if there is a multicolored temple reaching high in the sky for every Hindu god to be found somewhere around these environs of Kathmandu. And within all this native cultural spirituality is the roving band of hippie trail travelers, providing a constant influx of new foreign faces. Kathmandu is the Shangri-La to us intrepid hippie freaks. Many of them choose to make a life of it out here, if only our visas did not force us to move on. Kathmandu must be the ultimate hippie high guy mecca of all the stops on the hippie trail. What a wondrous, gentle, comfortable place to hang out. As I near the Hangout Cafe to get a bite to eat, I see a cluster of Western females congregated, and they're all upset about something. Several teary-eyed gals clutch and hold on to each other, crying and carrying on. I decide to investigate. What's going on, ladies? Everything okay? What's the problem? Jim Morrison of the Doors died in Paris a couple days ago, blurts out one of the girls. No way, I exclaim. The ladies are all nodding their heads, looking at me. It's true. The lead singer of the Doors is dead.